Okay guys, welcome back. So TSLA, let's have a look at the stock. But today, before we jump into the price action and what I'm watching for the stock going forward for the rest of the April and going forward into their earnings, well, this is the big news that came out after market close. Tesla to unveil Robotaxi in August, Elon Musk says August 8th, and that model will not have a steering wheel or pedals. And well, if we take a look at the aftermarket action of the stock, it did definitely recover all the losses from Friday, which was 3.5% down, and it closed at its 165. So what I'm watching from here, so today it did look a bit suspicious in terms of option activity, but before we do that, let's have a look at the chart. So right here, right now, well, I was watching Tesla basically bearish to the downside if it dropped below 160. And you can see this level acted as a support before this expiration date in March. And it is acting support right here, right now. And they have scheduled earnings 23rd of April. Okay. And I think they can give a little bit more details about that news. Pretty big news actually, but I like to take things just at its face value right here, right now, what's going on. There was another headline that Kathy Wood bought 22 million more shares, double down. Today when it was stock down, she bought a lot more. That was another headline after market close. But if we just switch to a weekly chart, you will see that Tesla is still in a downtrend. Okay, and that 160 is a very, very pivotal support level for TSLA, because below that we don't have any support all the way to maybe 152, and then below all the way to 120 $100 range. So let's switch to daily chart and bring up the moving averages right here, right now. Every major moving average for TSLA in a downtrend. 50-day yellow line, blue line is 20-day, and this gray line is 5-day. So if we see some sort of basically normalization, maybe just even chop before their earnings and slight uptrend, I would like to see the stock stay above 5-day moving average and curl. But right here, right now, resistance. If you're watching the stock to the upside, well, if you're a contrarian or if you're just purely technical levels, I mean, this is the level you should buy at the support, right? But again, I'm not saying that you should buy, but it's just anybody who is a technical trader, I mean, this is the area of interest. And I'll jump into the options in a bit. So 175 resistance, 182 resistance, and that 182 at the same time is 50-day simple moving average. Okay, so let's take a look at the option activity. Today it was a bit suspicious from the morning because I wasn't sure why. Maybe because it was sitting at its lows, but very, very high volume today in overall market. Tesla had 3.8 million option total traded, and it was not directional. You could see 51% puts, 48% calls. So now, after all these headlines, we can guess before we check on Monday open interest that all of these puts that came in were pretty much sells. Basically, by taking a look at the implied volatility. So people who sold these puts, I'm just guessing that most puts that are outside of the money or below that current price that were traded today, and which are short term or going into earnings, I'm guessing those are sells to basically collect the premium, and calls could have been just buys. If we take a look at the just going into April 19th, which is big option expiration date, you can see the volume outside of the money calls 455,000 and only 26,000 in the money versus 212,000 in the money puts and 200 and basically 200,000 outside of the money puts. So when I see a lot in the money puts like this, and just like this week as well, you can see how many puts were in the money. I'm guessing that a lot of people sold them, and you can see the maximum pain for all of those expirations. It's all the way up to their earnings. Maximum pain ranging from 170 to all the way 175. So it's not whole big of a range. So, and I'm just assuming, again, you can double check it yourself, that a lot of people right here, right now, they're not bearish or they're not bullish. It's just they're just capitalizing on premium. Basically, these are the levels. So from here, I would be neutral to bullish from here, unless something changes in terms of price getting below 160, because this is very, very pivotal support right here, right now. And if we take a look at the performers in S&P 500, well, Tesla ticked slightly higher, 31% year to date again. For some people, it's a discount. It's a solid discount, but I'm not in that camp. But it's in a bear market at the same time. So we shall see. Their delivery numbers came out, and a lot of people were not happy about that. But we shall see if the sentiment shifts from what happened today, from the news, and if it develops more, and if more people pick it up, more media picks it up, and just creates some sort of a demand. But again, Humana is the worst stock right now, but Tesla worst performing among Humana, Lululemon, Charter Communication, Boeing, and all these names. Since the beginning of the year, they have been underperforming. So basically, in terms of Tesla, well, this is what I'm watching. I hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update.